Hi guys, it's Shami from Crafts Names and Things. So I want to show you how you can make your own stamps. So you guys have seen me use a lot of my own handmade stamps. I prefer actually to use them in art journaling just because the market's like saturated with lots of different stamps that you can buy, but they can be expensive. So I try to make my own, and I really like the markings that I create. So these are some new ones that I just made. I saw like a Tim Holtz one, and he had all letters like jumbled together in all different ways. So this is just a piece of chipboard and from like a little binder thing, but I'm never gonna make that. So I just used it to just put some foam little stickers that I had, letter stickers. And then you can just see here, just this is with rope. So you can just take rope, take your school glue, that's what I use, put it down in whatever shape you want, and then put down your textured kind of rope or twine, and you can have a beautiful stamp. And then this is another one. This is with foam, and I got this idea from Kelly Dollyman. She actually like writes in her on the fun foam, and it creates a beautiful marking. So that's really pretty. I love how this looks. I can't wait to try it out. And then I just made like some arrow shapes and this little guy, which I love the shapes of that. So just kind of take just your piece of foam, of your fun foam, and all you're going to do is just make a design on it with just a ballpoint pen, and then you can just cut it out. It's very, very simple to do. And I'll make an example for you too. And then this just has yarn. I mean, but look at all these shapes. And then I also found these beads at the dollar store, and they come in different shapes. So I thought you could absolutely glue those on a piece of cardboard. That's mostly what I glue my stamps on, and that would be an awesome stamp too. And they have a bunch of different shapes, hearts and circles and all sorts of stuff. I even cut one up and made this little guy, which is really good. And these are great because they're so layered and they have so much cushion that they'll really make a very good impression. So that's pretty awesome. So you can absolutely use those to create a stamp. And yeah, and all the rest of these are just strings that I just kind of manipulated into fun ways, and I just made a bunch. So these I made last night. And then I have my normal stash, which are stamps that you've seen before. So I'm just going to kind of put this over to the side a little bit. But absolutely, and all it takes is glue and cardboard. And it makes really unique markings, you know, that everyone doesn't have. So I found this at the dollar store, and this is a piece of foam, and I don't know if you can see it, but it has perforated edges, and it comes in different shapes. So this is like a triangle shape, and then this is a circle shape. Hopefully you can see that. And then this is a square shape. So you could just cut these out and put them on, you know, a piece of cardboard too, and that would be a great way to have a stamp. I also found these at Target. They're called counting blocks, and these would make an awesome stamp too. I mean, they come with all these different shapes that you can use, so that's pretty cool. Just standard shapes, and I love stamping with shapes. And then I'll just show you some that I made. So I make these on toilet paper rolls. They were supposed to be like the kind where you could just roll them around, but that didn't happen. They kind of got flat, but I'm okay with that. And you can just make fun markings with those. And then I also found these at Michael's. They're just the wooden little cutouts that you can get there. They're like $1 each. But they create some really cool stamping too. And you can even spray through those. And then that's my swirly. That's my favorite. And I'll show you how to do that one. And then there's squares, triangles, and squares, just all sorts of stuff. I mean, you can even get the shapes and use those. Like this is just some stickers that I got from the dollar store, just in their craft section. They just come with lots of fun foam shapes. And they're stickers, and you can just stick them on. And then this is probably my favorite marking tool. It's just rubber bands that I put onto just tissue paper roll. So I save all my tissue paper rolls. And then of course you know that you can use bottle caps, you know, just to make markings and circles, and they make really perfect circles. So I just have a whole bunch of different sizes, as you can see in there, just tons. So Now I'm going to show you how we're going to use some of these to make some markings, but I just want to show you how to make one first. Okay. So let's start with this one. So for the rubber band one, if you wanted to make one like I did, you just take a bunch of different sizes of rubber bands. You can get a whole package of them at the dollar store or just raid your office at work. And then you just take them and you just put them around your toilet paper roll. Okay, just like that. And it creates, and the lines that it creates are so cool. And you want thinner and thicker ones. And it's okay if they overlap. That's fine. They're just so cool. It's probably one of my favorite marking tools. It's just a great way to make marks. And you know, you just add as many as you want on there in whatever kind of order you want. Doesn't really make a difference. And it just creates a beautiful texture. Okay, so that's that one. And this one's a lot more rolly than my other ones. I think like I was packing and I put some stuff on top of them and that's why they got ruined. And then then you could take just your fun foam and you could cut out shapes and put them on here, and then you could make one that rolls. That's kind of cool. And then here I just have a piece of scrap cardboard. So I'm just going to take it and just cut out a little square. Righty. And then I'll just cut out some of these shapes here. Let's cut out a triangle. So I'm just following the perforated lines here. Maybe I'll do the circles. That may be better because then I can get a couple of them on there. But these sheets come, I think you get 3 of them full of shapes for $1. And they come in a package. But you can absolutely get them at the Dollar Tree, at least where I live. But I want to go like to other states and visit their dollar stores because it's amazing, you know, how much they vary. Like I want to go to California where Secret is for the dollar double-sided sticky tape. That is so cool. Like sticky tape in Colorado is so expensive. Like the cheapest that I could find was like $6.50, and that was at the art store. So yeah, I'm very jealous that she can get dollar store double-sided sticky tape. That is so cool, especially for a person like me that loves deals. So you just put it on there and then you just apply your glue just like that. And I mean, I will use whatever kind of glue. I even have used the ones that you just saw that I made before. Those were absolutely with dollar store glue and they work fine. I mean, some stuff dollar store glue is not the best for, but it's very well for this. So see, I have a little stamp. You just let that dry and you're all good to go. Okay. And as I said, you could, you know, make marks into this to make it really, you know, your own. And I actually have a video that I'm going to do, but I'm not going to, even though I want to tell you I'm not going to, but it's pretty exciting. It's making stamps in a really fun way. So that'll be coming up. So those are those two. So let's start making some markings, and I'll show you how I use my stamps. I really don't use ink with them. I mostly use paint. That's just a personal preference. I don't know why. I just have never really used them with ink. I mean, they work with ink just fine, and I'll show you that, but we'll just put some black right on our board here. Okay. And then just select whichever one you want. I'll show you a variety of them, right? So let's do, maybe we'll do, well, actually, let's do this one first with our, so all you do for the one with the rubber band is you just put your color on, okay? And then you just apply pressure. And this is why it kind of gets flat, because you do have to apply quite a bit of pressure. But it creates these really cool lines that are kind of a little variegated. Isn't that cool? Oh, so hopefully you can see that. Cool. And I just usually apply mine with a paintbrush. I'm going to bring this closer so you can see. Okay. But the other one that I have really works well because it's been hardened with the paint, and the paint hardens the foam, so it really gets a good impression after a while. Okay, so let's grab this one that I made earlier, and this is just cheap acrylic paint. That's what I use. Works fine for me. Just want to make sure you get it in the grooves. And I do apply quite a bit of paint to my stamps, just because it gives a better impression. So, alrighty, so that's pretty much covered. Let's see how that one turns out. Let's see if we'll be able to see any of those markings. Look at how pretty that is. It makes gorgeous markings. Absolutely wonderful. Okay, and then I'll show you these two. So this is just a little heart that I have. And these are just foam beads. That's what they're called at the dollar store. Just take them, just paint them up, and see what beautiful impressions they make. Absolutely wonderful. Okay, and then we can take one of our big guys here. Maybe I'll take a square shape. And again, you're just going to apply your paint. Just like that. Just make sure it's covered evenly. And it creates a beautiful impression and has all that kind of cushion in it, which is awesome. Okay, very cool. And I can even put some down on my drop paper there. Okay, and let's try this rope. I'm curious to see if this will work. Okay, so we'll take it and we're just gonna ink it up a little bit with or paint it up, not ink, because this is not ink. And I just want to make sure that it doesn't, and this might be a little different because I don't know how much it will absorb, but look how pretty that is, and isn't that an interesting marking? But you see, you can just make such incredible marks. Absolutely. You know, if I applied it thicker, then it would be even better. Let's see, what other one do I want to try here? Let's maybe try a straight one. And I love to stamp on tissue paper. It's really cool to include in Happy Mail, so I love doing that. And it doesn't cost you anything, just, you know, a few little marks in paint and you are ready to go. There you go. And we'll just kind of bring that over. Just make some marks there with the rope. Look how cool that is. And how pretty for a background. I love it. Kind of looks like string, but then it's not. How awesome is that? Okay. And this one, I just there's probably a little bit more on there. Let me get that off. Yeah. Okay. And I'll show you the triangles too. That's another one of my favorites. So you can just take it and you just and I just glued them randomly on there, as you can see, and then I can just stick it down. So we can stick it right over here. See? Look at how pretty that is. So we have these beautiful markings that I can send in Happy Mail. How cool is that? So I just wanted to give you some ideas of how you can make just your own handmade stamps. And it doesn't take that long. Just get some fun foam, or yeah, fun foam. I think that's what it's called. And just make some stamps. And you can absolutely use these on your jelly plate. I love to use these on my jelly plate. And I kind of don't like to apply glue to like regular rubber stamps just because I don't like to clean it up. I'm totally lazy, so so I don't. Oh, look at how cool that one is. I love that. So it's perfect for me. Did you see that? Look how pretty that is. So these are perfect for me. And like I said, I really love unique marking, so it's just right up my alley. Okay, so just go get some foam foam. It comes in a pack at the dollar store. You get tons of it for super cheap. And just get some acrylic paint and a paintbrush, or one of those daubers where you can daub it on there, and you're ready to go. You can absolutely use it, and I use it. I mean, I really use all my stamps in there. So like here you can see the bottle caps that I used. You see those lines there? Those are from the rubber band stamp that I showed you. I mean, this is what I use. And then that's a stamp that I made with hearts. A homemade stamp. And then that's my swirlies that I love. So those are on there. So I really use mine mostly in mixed media. I use probably these more than regular stamps for sure. So I just want to share that with you. So hopefully that gave you guys some ideas. If you have any questions, or if there's something else that you want me to do more in depth, then let me know. But I just wanted to show you how to make your own handmade stamps from rope, from fun foam, just stuff that you can buy for cheap. These blocks are only $1 at Target. They're in the good spot at Target. You know, and I got everything else at the dollar store. And then this is just a toilet paper roll with rubber bands. I bet you have that in your drawer right now, and just string. And I exclusively put everything on cardboard, and it works fine. So I do want to see, we'll see, I'll show you how well these work with ink too. So this is an ink pad that I actually got at the thrift store, if you can believe that. So we can just ink up this piece here. Okay, I'm going to bring it right here so you can see it. So see, creates a beautiful impression. See? So you can absolutely use these with ink too, and they're perfect, okay? So this will be the first video, and I'll do one on stencils too, and I'll show you what kind of stencils I use. And all my stencils are mostly handmade. As I said, I don't really have a lot of stencils, and I really just use junk. So I'll show you what that's all about too. But I just wanted to kind of do this video because I know that some of you guys have been waiting patiently. But isn't that beautiful? I love that stamp. And all I did was take a ballpoint pen and I just made markings into it. See, can you see the markings there? Yeah, so there's just little markings in there. There's circles and all sorts of stuff, and that's all I did. And then you can make just these beautiful impressions. And this was Kelly Dollivan's idea, which is wonderful. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Have a great day.